Hi, hello, and welcome back to another video. And today we are buying the Gen 2 Haflingers and the Gen 2 Lipizans that I do not already own. As you can see, I own one Gen 2 Haflinger, and I have actually 3, I think. Yes, 3 Gen 2 Lipizans, specifically the ones from the Equestrian Festival that was retired a couple of years back. It's been a while. You're getting this video because I have decided to get in this video after I release the video I recorded over a month ago now when I was sick, where I tried to predict what horse is going to be the next to retire, and one of the ones I predict is actually the Lipizzans. It's the, I think I call it something like horse shopping while sick, or like I'm sick, so let's buy horses. I don't remember what I named it. I was sick when I named it with a fever, and I also had a fever when I was recording it, so I don't think it's quality content, but maybe it's funny. I don't know. I was just very tired. But this Haflinger is from the app, and there are therefore 2 app Haflingers that I do not own, and that's also one of the 2 reasons that's taking me a while since they announced the retirement for me to get around to record this video, is because I have been racing these horses in the app. I haven't done it every day, which is how we come into the second reason it's taking me a while to record this video, why it's also been very quiet here, and that's because it's exam season. I had my last exam a few days ago, and I've just been so tired. I just like sleeping through days. Like, I didn't sleep properly, I don't think, when I was studying for the exams, because when I got out of that last exam, which was a Monday morning exam, I had exams for like 3 weeks, not every day, obviously, but like I had 3 exams, 1 each week, and then I also had some other like examining moments that weren't like exams, over the course of 3 weeks, and the last one was Monday. Now I'm recording this on, I guess it's technically Friday, but I'm gonna say Thursday because I haven't gone to bed yet. So yeah, it was a Monday morning exam, started like at 8:15, which is the earliest an exam can start. And I just got out of that and I was like, I need to sleep. And then I slept, and I woke up at like, I think the afternoon on Tuesday. So I slept for like, I didn't sleep immediately. I actually I did some grocery shopping. And then I went home. And then I played a little bit of video games, and I slept. And I woke up at like 2 p.m. on Tuesday. And I've been sleeping really weirdly since. But we're gonna start with buying the app horses. So I'm here with my iPad. If you heard any clacking noises, that was me opening the iPad. Because we're buying the app horses because I realized that the Gen 2 horses in the app are the only ones that haven't gotten their app versions into the game. Otherwise you can choose to either race them in the app or just buy them immediately in the game, but not the Gen 2 horses, with the exception of course of the Gen 2 Morgan horse, because that was originally released in game and was then later added to the app, so that was like the reverse. Which is actually how most horses are added to the app, but most horses aren't Gen 2 in the app. It's really slow. The app like won't open. I'm like, please don't break. I checked earlier it would work. It didn't first, but then there was an update. Oh no, now it's working. I restarted the app. Nice. Okay, so I have 2 little fluffy and 2 horses. Can I screen record on my iPad? I don't know how to do that. Okay. You're not gonna get any recordings. I'm just gonna narrate. I'm just gonna buy these horses. You're gonna be here for it. I bought some star coins. It's double star coins weekend. You know, I kind of felt like, oh, I was meant to wait because I needed some more star coins. I guess didn't need to, but I bought a lot of star coins to treat myself after exam season. So let's. Yeah, I want to buy this horse, and then we want my email. Sorry that I'm quiet. I'm dyslexic, so I'm trying to focus that my spelling is correct so I get the correct email. And then my password. And then log in. I've never bought a horse in the app while I'm online in the game. Okay. Yeah, I want to buy this horse. I wonder how this can look. This is one of the reasons I'm recording this video. It's like, I don't know what it looks like when you buy a horse in the app when you're online. Yeah, it's 300 star coins. That's like nothing. Okay, in my stable or in my pasture. If I open my pasture and I go to level. Okay, it's not there. Am I gonna have to relog? Or like log on and log off, log off and then log on again? I'm gonna try to just leave the stable and go back in again. And if we can find little fluffy gold, which is the first of my app Haflingers. Oh yeah, no, I just went in and out. Okay, there we have fluffy gold, and then we have the next one, which is, yes, just do it. Yes, yes. And we've lost the star coins, I'm pretty sure. Okay, which is good. That means we bought a horse, and I guess we're gonna you know what, let's just go over to the horse market. But now we have bought both the app ones that I didn't own. Oh, sorry, I hit the microphone right into my chest when I tried to close the iPad, because I kind of don't want to have it open. I have once accidentally knocked it off my desk and the screen shattered, so I'm kind of careful because Apple doesn't do screen repairs on iPads, if you didn't know, because they have horrible customer service. Or not customer service, I've never been in touch with their customer service, but like the service they offer customers, like you should be able to repair a product. So I got it on like a third party repair could repair it, and otherwise like my iPad wasn't even a 1 year old when it happened, and I would have to buy a new one because Apple's like, yeah, we don't repair an iPad, and the prices of iPads have skyrocketed since I bought mine. So I was like, nah. No, thank you. That being said, now we have... Should we just continue with the Haflingers? So yeah, then we have these 4. And these are originally 3. And then we had the 3 in the app. And then in November 2017, when we got Dundal released. So these are all 2017 horses, I think. And later on we got this one. This looks like a Dillinger, which is obviously... how do you say, is her name Rania? Is that how you say it in English? I want to say Rania, but I think that's because I'm Swedish. I'm gonna say Rania. It makes more sense in my head, at least at the moment. Maybe we should start with Dellinger, because I know this is gonna be Dellinger. So he's going to be an adult. I'm pretty sure he's oh my god, gelding. I always forget to put the game into English before I start recording. Do I have anything with like Del? We don't. Like, does Dellinger mean anything, or is that just a name? Let me do a quick Google search. Oh, Dellinger comes from Norse mythology and is a Norse god. It means the day spring or shining one. I think day spring, that should be possible, right? Yeah, we have day. don't have spring. Do we have... We have shine. Do we have... Shine? We don't have shine. First name. So I guess they shine, perhaps. Because that is what Dellinger means. Yeah, because the Dellinger comes from dager eller dagar, which, and then dag, which is with the Swedish word, modern day word for day, can also mean lifetime. It's the god of the day. We don't have god, right? No, which makes sense. I don't think that's within their guidelines. So I guess we go to day shine. It's from the Poeta Edda, which makes sense. It's still Norse text. It's the father of Dager and the personified day. And the prose Edda adds that depending on manuscript variation, he's either the third husband of Not, the personified night, or the husband of Jörth, the personified earth. Oh, it's Jörth. It's the Jörth. It's I was trying to remember what the sound it's in that letter defines. The personified earth, Dellinger, is also attested in the legendary Saga, Herrevara Saga, och Heithrex. Scholars have proposed that Dellinger is the personified dawn, and his name may appear both in an English surname and place name. So it can mean dawn as well. We have dawn. It could be dawnshine. Do we have dawn as a second name? Yeah, and I don't want dawn, but like... Do we have like life? Life dawn. Wait, do we have dawn life? That feels like spring to me, and then it's like Dellinger could mean day, or the day's spring, or the shining one, but it could also mean, you know, it feels like spring as well. So this is why it pays to Google sometimes. This is gonna be Dellinger, like, why do I keep the English pronunciation when I'm trying to lose it? This is gonna be Dellinger. I speak a Nordic language as my first language. Let me have Nordic pronunciation on Nordic words. Yeah, it's like, this sounds like it could be something, and it was. So now I have Dawn Life, which is Dellinger. We're gonna buy you. I can't hear the music. That's kind of scary. Okay, we're gonna send you to disable. Okay, I can hear something. I'm gonna stop those. Okay. Now we have the easy part. It's over with. Let's start with this one. I want a younger one as well, I think. I'm gonna make you a mare. And I want something with like honey. Can we do honey like Oh, we don't have like fluffy. Second one. I was gonna do like honey fluff. Do we have? I have honey as the second name. We could do fluffy honey. That sounds like it's moldy though. Yeah, I don't want fluffy honey. It could be honey honey. Oh, what song is that? Is it the Beatles? Honey honey oh. No, that's Mamma Mia, right? It's the Beatles. That's Mamma Mia, like from the movie. So it's an ABBA song. I'm Swedish, I should know this. Honey, honey, oh, it thrills me. Yeah, that's ABBA. That's ABBA. I think there's a Beatles song about honey as well, but I don't know. Should this be honey, honey? Yeah. No. This could be honey, honey. Let's just roll with it. We're gonna have... So we have fluffy gold, cinnamon apple, Dellinger, honey, honey. I'm gonna have a sip of water. I'm almost out of water. How did I not fill my water bottle before recording? I know my voice always messes up, like, or gets messed up when I record. I need to have water. I kind of want something with like biscuit. If like this coloring gives me biscuit vibes, and you're gonna be, I think, older mare. Maybe an adult mare. I'm gonna go with older. Do we have biscuit as an actual name? We do not. Do we have like bake? No. We do have cookie, I think. Yes, we do. I just but let's see. We have little. Do we have? Yeah, cookie, little cookie. That can be biscuit, I think. Yeah, little cookie, aka biscuit. I've done so many horse shopping videos recently. And I usually like don't buy a lot of horses. I mean, I buy retired horses and like limited time horses, but yeah. So now we have all of these. I'm only missing you. What to call you? I'm gonna do adult. Let's do stallion because I haven't done a stallion yet. Let's see what can we get. Brass, brittle, clear, Macis. Okay, squire, basalt, umber, deer, blue, pineapple, king, red. I really don't know. Eclipse glory. I'm going insane here. Movie drummer, pixel ground, pink abyss, loyalty smash, dolphin phantom. Come on. Flamelight. I like that one. This should be Flamelight. and send back to the stable. So now we have all the gen to Haflingers, and let's get the Lipizzan, which obviously is bugged with that eye, but I still want it. Let's start with this horse, because I can remember a name I picked out for this when it was still a relatively new horse, and this is the horse I never bought. Mostly because it used to be very expensive. I think it used to be like 995 star coins, I think. Like 2016, 2017 was really the era of super expensive horses. But you're gonna be a mare, you're gonna be, I guess gonna be young because you're still a bit grey. And I just know that her nickname is gonna be Mimi, which is in Swedish translation is what Minnie, like Minnie Mouse in Disney, is called. In Swedish, it's called Mimi. So it's gonna be mouse. We don't have mouse. We have mouse as a first name. Am I spelling it wrong? We have moose. Mode, moment, monster, moon, moose. I guess I won't get any more, but I'm just reading mor, which is Swedish for mother, which is the next word. Mountain, movie, music, music, my mystery. Yeah, we don't have mouse as a second word. At least we used to have mouse as a first. Yeah, we have mouse. I guess we could just do a blank and do mini, and that's Mimi, because they turned the N into a M. I'm gonna do that. This is Mimi. We have Mimi. We can go to the stable. I used to have a name pick for this horse, then I changed my mind. If you watched my video on when I bought a new Hanoverian, sorry, I'm gonna take another sip of water. When I bought a Gen 3 Hanoverian, I named that horse Romance, after a horse we had when I was little, and I also talked about his mother, Brightness. And when I was back in the day when I started playing this game, which at the time, if I can remember correctly, Brightness was still alive. She became quite old. She became 27 years old. So I think when I started playing Star Stable and this horse came out, it was just recently after her passing, or she was still alive. And I was planning on, because at the time this was the horse's most similar to her, so I was planning on naming it after her. But I feel like I want to wait and see if we can get a newer horse that looks more like her, because obviously we got that Hanoverian that really looked like Romance, her son. So I don't think I'm gonna name this horse after Brightness, even if I was planning on it. Oh my god, what would it have been? It's like 8 years ago. That's so long ago. Oh my god. But I still think this is gonna be an adult mare. Nugget. Lost Matter. That could be cool. Something Matter. Do we have something like... Do we have Ancient Matter? Should this be Ancient Matter because it's a really old horse? No? I kind of like it. Let's go with that. Ancient Matter. I realize my energy levels are kind of low, but it's also like 1 a.m. so... It's 1:30 a.m. now. Oh my god. Um, now we only got the classical white Lipizan horse and then the like young black one. So I'm gonna do this. Obviously young. I'm gonna do this one, a stallion. I like Grace. Can I have Grace as a second name? Yes, I can. I don't know what the first name should be though. Jasper, Quartz. I accidentally went too far back. Young, but I did like Noble Grace. Should this be Noble Grace? No, actually no. Because I want Noble for the first one. Or for the entirely like white one. I know it's grey, but yeah, no. Grand Grace. Grand Grace could work, yeah. Let's go with Grand Grace. Because I just remember it's like I had a name picked out for this grey one, the white one, back in the day, and I never bought it, and I still couldn't remember it. But when I saw that, so when I remembered, so this is gonna be older, it's gonna be a girl, and this is gonna be, or she's gonna be married. This is gonna be noble girl, and the noble part for me is gonna be Nobel, like Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite. He was a Swedish guy, and in his will he left no part of his fortune to his children because he believed that inheriting money was corrupting, and that's people shouldn't inherit money, at least not in such big amounts. So he wrote in his will that his home country would get his money, and it should go to prizes for become prizes for the people, the most outstanding people in the field of the different sciences like chemistry, biology, etc. every year, as well as literature, and then later on, maybe literature was added on later, but I don't think so. But also later on, we also added a peace prize, and these are of course the Nobel prizes. So yeah, and I think this is just like a made-up little fairy tale, but Nobel, having been born in Sweden, also lived a lot in France, which was in Paris specifically, because Paris was kind of the capital of science and like invention at this point of time in history, at least in Europe. Like you might have heard about like the metric standard was kept in Paris back in the day, like before we had like digital scales, like all the like exact this is how much a metric of something is supposed to weigh, or like when you have different like the different metric like weight, like this is how much a kilo weighs and this is how much a gram weighs, etc. And the same goes for like meters and centimeters and stuff. Like you had like the standard kilo and the or kilogram and the standard like meter that you can measure out. They were in Paris, and if you wanted to like have a tool that was like the exact length of something, you would go and like compare it to the set specific meter, like I don't know if you call it, I want to call it a log because we call it a stock in Swedish, but stock can mean many things. The only word I know to translate into is a log. I don't think it was an actual log, but yeah. So like Paris was the capital of science at the time, and it was still the capital of France, but it's like also like the center of science in the world at the time. So Nobel obviously also spent a lot of time in France, and citizenships, like legal status, weren't quite what they are today back then. So there was, at least according to the story, there's a dispute between France and Sweden over which was his home country, which country was supposed to inherit all this money and create this prize. And apparently they couldn't come to a conclusion until there was a French law, allegedly at the time, stated that your legal home was where you kept your horses, and Nobel kept his horses, their home, like their stable where they were stabled. Of course, he had a stable in, could have one in Paris as well, or there would have been a stable for a state in Paris as well, where he had his stable where his horses were kept and maybe even bred, I don't know, was in Sweden, and then the money went to Sweden. And that is how the story goes. That's probably a fairy tale. But also, if I remember this fairy tale correctly, the horses were specifically Lipizzan horses, and therefore I wanted something with noble. And in 2017, how old would I have been? I would have been 15, I think. Yeah, I would have been 14, 15-ish. So that's the name that 15-year-old me picked for this horse, based on a probably made-up story of why the Nobel Prize is given out by the Swedish Academy and not some French equivalent to that. Let's get a little history lesson. Which you probably weren't expecting, but learn to expect the unexpected from me every once in a while, I guess. So now I think we bought this one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and we also did the same for this one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and I should also have then both the ones I didn't have on the app, and I'm sitting on the third one that I actually bought back in 2017, I'm pretty sure. Might have to start up my old phone and see if I can find any photos. I can't do it right now because my old phone is at my parents' place, and I'm not at my parents' place, I'm at my place. And it's 1:40 a.m. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's not far home, but let's call the pickup. Let's just have a quick look. I'm not gonna look at the gates or stuff of these horses, they're old, they might be bugged. I still think the Haflingers look pretty nice. I love like how floofy they look. I don't actually own a Gen 3 Haflinger, I realize. Might have to fix that. But yeah, there we have the other two app horses, Fluffy Gold and Cinnamon Apple. And then we also have, of course, all the other ones. The other four, how do you say it? Haflingers. I'm so tired. And then we had the four Lipizzan horses. And obviously I also have the 3 Lipizzan horses from the Equestrian Festival, but they were retired I think in 2022, so it's been like 3 years. I was really expecting them to retire the rest of the Lipizzan horses long ago, considering that 3 of them are already retired, but you know. You have until, I was about to say November 9th, that's April 9th. On Wednesday, April 9th, the update where these horses are moved will occur. And of course you also have until then, at least until then, to get the horses out of the app. I do not know if these will remain in the app afterwards. I know it horses that have been like removed from the app previously, because originally Texas Bluebell, the limited time North Swedish horse, that was an app exclusive horse back in the day, and you had to get it before a certain date, but if you already had it in like as one of the horses in the app, even if you couldn't like add it, you could still keep it if you didn't get rid of it. And you could still like transfer it after the date as well, we realized. You just couldn't, like if you got a new phone, you wouldn't be able to add a horse again. But I think that's been brought back, so you can still get the Texas Bluebell horse now. But yeah, I don't know what will happen with these if you have them in your pasture in the Stories of Horses app, if they're gonna remain there after April 9th. I have no idea. I don't work with Star Stable, I don't know. So yeah, if you want to know horses, make sure to get them. And, you know, thank you for joining me today, looking at these old horses. Sorry again for being very inactive, but I've had, hopefully my last exam now. I'm hoping to find out in the coming days if I pass the final of the exams, and if I did, then I won't have to worry more about the exams this semester, because the other classes I have won't have exams. They have other examining moments, like we have big hand in instead. So hopefully nothing else this semester is gonna deter me away from making videos in the same way as I get sick again, which is why I've been gone for so long. I was first sick and then I had exams. So yeah, hopefully I'm here to stay now, and also thank you for anyone who stuck around while I was gone. So I'm so bad at ending these things, but honestly, thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone. You consider leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't already, if you haven't been deterred by my endless rambling and weird history lessons. In fact, if you want more of a history lesson on Swedish and Swedish culture, I have a video from this winter when I was doing one video every Sunday leading up to Christmas, where I think it's the third one where I talk about Lucia, which is a Swedish tradition. I talk a little bit about the history and culture around that. That is a religious holiday, however, so I do kind of touch upon the like different religious practices throughout history, because I did research on that. So like how it's been celebrated throughout history and how it's celebrated today, and kind of like the cultural implications together with religion. And I go more into the detail on this in the video. We aren't very religious in Sweden today, generally speaking. So yeah, if you're perhaps religious and you don't want this included religion being discussed in that way, that probably won't be a video. But otherwise, if you want to learn more about Swedish culture and have a bit of a history lesson with quick research, because I mostly used to Googling things, so maybe not the most scientific research, but if you want more of that, I do have another video, which is beside the point. But once again, thank you for watching, for sticking around, and I will finally end this video. I will be talking to you soon. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye!